I can't see all you fruitcake haters out there with my love glasses on, but I know you're out there, and so I am here to save fruitcake from the bad rap that it's gotten.
That's not the kind of rap I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that kind of rap either. Well, that's not it. Oh, hell no.
I'm talking about its bad reputation. So why do I care what other people think about fruitcake? Well, it's because a lot of people just think they're nasty. And some of them are nasty, but here's what you gotta remember. Fruitcakes are like friends. You got some fruity ones, you got some nutty ones, you got some sweet ones, you got some that are just full of liquor. So you just gotta find the one that you like, or the ones that you like. And last year I found one I really liked, I tweaked it a bit, and now I'm in love with it. I wanted to come on, do a video, and share it with you guys. So let's get started. I think you all are going to be really surprised at just how delicious this is. I mean, it's surprisingly delicious if you really think about fruitcake and it's something that you've never liked in the past. It's also really, really easy. So to get started, all I want to do is take my fruit and my nuts and we're going to mix it into a half a cup of flour. So I have here extra fancy fruitcake mix. So this is candied fruit. I have 16 ounces of it. Yeah, extra fancy. I don't know if they're all extra fancy, but mine is. And I think these are so pretty. I mean, this is like if you could eat jewels. I think this is what this looks like. So, so pretty. So I have a pound of that, or 16 ounces. I've got a full cup of pecans here, and then I have a half a cup of golden raisins. So if you wanted to swap those out for like regular raisins, or you wanted to use craisins, basically any kind of fruit, dried fruit or candy fruit or nuts, you can swap out to your liking. So maybe you like walnuts. I happen to like pecans, so that's what we're using here today. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. And we're going to toss this in here. And the reason we're doing this is because when we add this to our batter, we don't want all the fruit to sink to the bottom. So this is a great tip also, like if you're making, let's say, blueberry muffins, you don't want your blueberries to sink to the bottom of the batter. So you mix the blueberries with a little bit of flour first before adding it to your batter. The other good thing about doing that with blueberries is sometimes you go to mix all that up and the blueberries turns everything. Looks like I needed a bigger bowl. The blueberries turns everything all blue. So here's some interesting facts about fruitcake. Did you know fruitcake can last well, not this one, because this one doesn't have liquor, but I guess we could put some liquor in here if we wanted. I actually have some rum seasoning in the cabinet I guess I could add, but that's kind of why I don't like it. I think when you put alcohol in something and you don't cook it out, to me it has kind of a bitter taste. And I think that's probably why I don't like those fruitcakes so much. Some people say it's because you need to use fresh fruit, so I'm not really sure. But anyway, interesting enough, I guess it's because of the alcohol that they say fruitcake can last up to 25 years. Who would want to eat a 25-year-old fruitcake? I have no clue. So I'm just going to add my raisins in here now. Matter of fact, I read a story online where I think one of them dated back to George Washington, and I'm not sure if there's some sort of correlation, like maybe whoever made it was related to him, but I guess it's still in the family, or it still was like in the 90s, and every year they got it out, and the family it's been passed down, they got it out, and they would take off a sliver or a slice of it, and then they would split it up amongst everyone. So I'm not sure that I would want to be in on that. All right, we've got this just about mixed together here. So once you've got all your fruit mixed thoroughly, you're just going to set that aside, and then we're going to start working on our cake batter. So for this, we need 4 whole sticks of butter. And actually, let's do these 2 at a time. So we'll go ahead and cream our first 2 sticks of butter. All right, once we've gotten the first 2 sticks beaten, we can go ahead and add our second 2 sticks in. And you want to make sure your butter's softened. Once we've got our butter nice and beaten, we can go ahead and add in 2 cups of sugar. And we're going to beat well again. Once you've got your butter and your sugar creamed together, we're going to add 6 eggs, but we're just going to add half of them at a time. Now we're going to go ahead and add in our last bit of eggs. Get those incorporated. Once you've got your eggs all nice and incorporated, go ahead and give your sides a nice scrape. Make sure we get all of that. And then we're going to add in 2½ cups of flour. And we're going to do this in sections also. So half and then the other half. Now for the other half of our flour. Oops. There we go. I'm going to scrape my sides down one last time. Let's use our bigger one. Make sure we've got all of our flour in there. And then we're going to mix one last time. So that looks about good. We can go ahead and stop here. Go ahead and take our paddle out. Oops. We're going to take our bowl off. We're going to set this aside. And we're just going to go ahead and mix in our fruit. So once you've got all your fruit and all your nuts mixed in, you can go ahead and pour it into your pan. So this is actually going to make 2 loaves. And the one thing you want to make sure you do before you pour it in your pan is make sure to give it a good spray. So I've used my Pampered Chef Kitchen Spritzer, which takes the place of Pam. It's awesome because you can fill this up with whatever kind of oil you like, and you can also flavor it. You can put like a garlic clove or whatever in there. But you just give it a few pumps and you just spray it like your normal Pam. So I've already did my pans here, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this in each of our loaf pans and try to get it even. And you probably notice there's no baking soda or baking powder in here. So this is more like a pound cake, so it doesn't use either of those items. So it'll rise a tiny bit, but not much. It's a really thick batter. I'm just trying to get it as even as possible. Got a little mess on my hands here. And then I'm going to take my smaller spreader. I call this a spatula. And just push it all down into the corners. Make sure it's nice and even across the top. That looks pretty good. So we'll work on the other one. And these from Pampered Chef are awesome because they don't stain. They don't fall apart in the dishwasher. You know, the top doesn't come off from the bottom. They don't crack. The handle doesn't fall off. I guess that's what I was trying to say. All right, that looks good. I think this one might have a little bit more, but I think it'll be all right. So we're going to put this in the oven at 275. So make sure you take note of that. 275, not 350. 275, and these are going to take about 50 to 60 minutes. Now, once your fruitcakes are done baking, you want to let them rest about 10-15 minutes and then hope like hell you can flip them over and get them to release out of the pan without falling apart. So I've had mine sitting here for, I don't know, maybe a little bit longer. I'm just going to bang them around a bit and then we're going to flip them and see if they come out. Ooh, look at that. There's a little bit left in there. Not too much though. That's pretty good. So I'm going to move this one over to here. I'm going to use our little cake mover, and I'm just going to flip it really quick. Oh, no. Look what I did. Oh, let's see. Can we put it back together? Probably not. Maybe if I wrap it and freeze it. So this cake freezes really well. Let's try the other one. We'll use that one to slice. We'll use this one to give away. Ooh, that one came out perfect. Let's see if I can roll it over. There we go. Look how pretty that one is. All right, so actually, let's go ahead and slice this one. I'm going to tear this whole thing apart. I should have left this one over here. Let's move it this way. I want you guys to be able to see all the pretty colors in here. So I'm using a serrated knife, which I'm not sure is the best. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at those beautiful colors. Let's see if you guys can see. That one almost looks blue. It looks like a rainbow in there. Anyway, I think those are just so, so pretty. We're going to have to give this a little bite. I love the fruit. Nice and buttery. I love the butter flavor. So there you have it. I tell you, give this a try if you have not liked fruitcakes. I was going to say cheesecake. This isn't cheesecake, it's fruitcake. But if you've never liked fruitcake before, give this one a try because I'm pretty sure you'll like it. Jingle bell, jingle bell.